Good morning, I'm Mac, your tour guide for the morning. Welcome to the Molyneux Stadium, the home of Wolverhampton Wanderers Football Club. If you'd like to go and move inside the stadium, we'll have a look around. The stand we're in at the moment is called the Stan Cullish stand. It was built in 1992. It's known to the old supporters of the North Bank and holds in the region of 5,500 supporters, which are all home supporters on match days. If we'd like to move along, we'll have a look over there. Right, you're now in the John Island stand, which is named after the chairman of the club at the time. It was built in 1979. It was actually, in those days, it was one of the newest stands and has since been copied by one or two famous clubs as Tottenham Hotspur. During the old days, this was known as the Molyneux Street stand, and we did demolish quite a number of houses in Molyneux Street to accommodate it. It also has accommodation for executive boxes, which we'll now go and have a look at. The executive box you're sitting in at the moment is situated in the John Island stand. As you can see, it accommodates 8 people on match days. It's the modern way of watching football through glass windows. In the opposite stand, we also have the facility at the larger executive boxes to slide the windows open to sit outside to get the atmosphere of the game. The stand we've come along to at the moment is called the Jack Harris stand. Jack Harris was the chairman of the club at one particular time. He's still a current director. The stand years ago in the 1950s, 60s would have approximately 30,000 supporters standing here. It now seats 5,500 people. At the top of the stand, as you can see, is the nerve centre, which we'll go and have a look at now. This is the control room. On match days we call it the nerve centre. Every incident what occurs outside would be radioed back to this incident room and would be dealt with from here. Right, you're in the Wolverhampton Wanderers cells. The first question I get asked when I usually come down here is this a real prison? And I say, yes, it's definitely a real prison. It's Home Office approved. The police officers, if it's manned, can actually keep someone down here for 36 hours. On match days, you'd have a police custody sergeant, and if anyone was arrested for any offences during the game, they would end up here. As you can see, for this time of the season, towards the end of the season, the pitch is in very good condition. The groundsman tells me, on average, when he's cutting the pitch, he'll walk in the region of 6 to 7 miles, and it takes him 6 hours to cut it. During the course of the game, it is a criminal offence to run onto the pitch, and of course, while we're on our tours, we're not allowed to go onto the pitch. We can go in the dugout area, but we can't actually go onto the playing surface. Right, this is the home dugout. This is where normally your substitutes, physiotherapists, trainers, etc. would be sitting. The boss, the manager himself, doesn't sit down. He stands somewhere in this position to give his orders to his players on the pitch. There's a technical area there which you can see marked out. That is FIFA regulations that the officials of the club don't encroach out of that area. If they do, the fourth official who's sitting in the ear is in that box next door, will come and put them back in line. This is the Haywood suite. As you can see, it overlooks the pitch. It has a tremendous view of the pitch area. On match days, people are booking here for meals. As you can see, the tables are set out for a function tonight. In addition to that, it's used for weddings, works, presentation parties, Christmas parties, entertainment nights. Particularly on match days, people would eat in here and then go outside and watch the game. Right, the room you're in now is the media room. The seat you're sitting in now would be where the reporters, press would be sitting. The seat I'm sitting in would be the manager or assistant manager, and would be talking to the press for an after-match briefing or after-match report. You would be firing questions at me and I'd be doing my best to answer them. The media room is also used if we have a new player signing. We've got television cameras in here, we've got the press in here, and a new player would be sitting along on this table with the chief executive and the manager, and would be signing his new contract. This stand is the Billy Wright stand. First of all, I'd like to tell you a bit about the man himself, Billy Wright. He's a legend in his own way. Billy Wright actually played football for the Wolves 541 games. Captain of England on many occasions, and actually played for England 105 times. As you look around the ground, you can see we've got open corners. One of the things was when we go into the Premier Division, those corners we have plans for to increase the capacity of the ground. Right, this is what some people call the highlight of the tour. This is the home dressing room. One thing about the home dressing room, it's much larger, much lighter, more showers, more toilet facilities than the away dressing room. People ask me about that block. It's been with the club since 1925. It was used many seasons or many years ago when players had reinforced toe caps, and before they went onto the pitch they would kick the block to get the toes comfortable up to the end of the boots. Now we've seen the dressing rooms, we'll see what it's like as a player as you go out through the dressing rooms, down the tunnel towards the pitch. But what you've got to imagine is there's a big crowd there and there's a roar as you come out. But we'll do that and have a walk outside through the tunnel.